working from home programs increase to reduce the spread of COVID-19, cybersecurity is becoming a key risk for SMEs who seek to keep operations running smoothly. With technical challenges of scaling up work from home operations, securing these businesses against cyber attacks is crucial for long-term success. Now, William Bird, the Director of Media Monitoring Africa, joins us on the line to chat about the impact of cybersecurity on small businesses during the COVID-19 lockdown period. William's actually on Skype. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. My first question, obviously, it's a good time for hackers to start plying their trade, I guess.
Yeah, you know, there's some people that say never waste a good crisis, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people with ill intent that are going to be making a bad situation a lot worse. We often see that in times of crisis, that's exactly when hackers go for you, and they're usually going for one of two things: either your data. We've recently seen some significant fears about Zoom, for example, and people being able to access that as just one random thing, or other ways of getting your data, or they're going for your money. And often they go for your data in order to get your money, but they'll go for, it's usually one of two of those things that they're going for. Or sometimes they'll, try and use ransomware and other evil things to try and exploit the fact that you aren't as well prepared as you possibly should be.
Now, William, why is it important to make online security a business priority?
So I think these days it's fairly straightforward. This is the device. These are the devices that all of us use in order to communicate with our friends, our family, our loved ones, and also our clients and our key stakeholders. And it's now, you've got it in the same way as you try and do whatever you can to protect your home and make sure that it's safe and secure, that you've got a door with a lock on and that kind of thing, and possibly an alarm if you can get that far. And it's the same thing with protecting yourself in a cybersecurity world. We talk about thinking about your digital footprint and what kind of things you're leaving online and how you tend to try and deal with those and how you make them secure. So it is about making sure that your personal information is protected. That's why we have an information regulator now. That's something that 10, 15 years ago the job didn't even exist really. And now we've got our own one in South Africa, precisely because cybercrime, cybersecurity, these are really, really essential issues to conducting your business in South Africa. From whether you are a spaza shop owner to the CEO of some of the biggest companies in South Africa, cybersecurity is a very real concern for everyone.
What precautions can business owners take to ensure that their online business operations are actually protected?
So, I think there are a couple of things. Obviously, it's, that we talk about some of the simplest ones most often, like keep your passwords protected, keep them somewhere safe. Don't leave them somewhere for anyone to have obvious access to them, and change them. Some of our mobiles nowadays offer you suggestions for a very long encrypted password, and your phone remembers that kind of thing. Those are often good ideas to use, precisely because what we all tend to do is we tend to use the same password for just about everything. You remember your birthday and then you add an exclamation mark. Those kinds of things make you a very easy a potential victim of hacking. And if they do access your data, then you have a real problem. So it's about keeping, using different passwords and keeping them saved somewhere that is secure. Even if you're writing them in a book or something in your home that no one else has access to, that kind of thing. And then, of course, it's changing them across the different platforms. Don't use the same one that you should be using. Make sure you've got a good virus program. There are some very good ones that are free. So these things don't necessarily have to cost you a lot of money, but certainly they are essential parts of running a business these days. And then critically, if something sounds too good to be true in a business sense, it almost certainly is. So, avoid doing transactions where you can't use a respected and known and credible format of transactions. So if someone says, oh, no, deposit the money and then we can make sure that the order is sent to you, don't fall for that. All of the reputable online businesses have a different means of allowing you to make a payment in a safe and secure way. So if people are asking you to do that kind of thing, avoid those sorts of situations. It's a big danger sign.
Any trends regarding cybersecurity? Anything you're seeing coming up? Are there specific ways that hackers or people trying to break into your network, are they using a certain method or a certain way?
So, I mean, some of the most common ones nowadays, you'll get things on your phone. They'll send you links that you'll open on your mobile, and you think, oh, well, that's not too bad. But often your mobile may well be linked to your laptop or work device as well, and so they can then get in through that and through those things. So they send you links through WhatsApps. Sometimes their methods are very sophisticated. They may well often, follow it up with a phone call, hi, calling, from the bank to do this and this, or we just need this one thing, and they'll ask you for some basic information. You still get, some of those traditional scams where they'll call you and say, no, we're calling you from Microsoft to test if your computer's secure because we're wanting to, help protect you against cybercrime during COVID-19. So there are a number of scams. So it's things that often come out of the blue. But also, a lot of businesses, they're far more sophisticated. They'll send you an email from someone that you actually know, and it'll say, hi, I know that normally you ask us to make this payment to this account. Please, we've just changed our bank details. Can you now make the payment to another account? If you get any email like that, the easiest thing to do is pick up the phone, call that person and say, hi, did you send me this email that says you've changed your bank details? Because what they do is they get access to the person's email and they send them an email, and of course those aren't their bank details, they haven't changed them, and then you make a payment in good faith into this account, and the next thing, all your money's gone.
William, before I let you go, I just wanted to know, what should businesses look for in a cybersecurity company?
So in a cybersecurity company, I guess you want to look for someone that's got a track record and ask them, what are the actual methods? If they can't explain them to you in a way that you understand and that makes sense to you as an ordinary person, find someone else. There are a lot of highly reputable organizations. There are a lot of good small businesses that are doing amazing work. It's really going to be an area that's going to be booming, unfortunately, over the next several months and several years. And once we pass our cybersecurity law in South Africa, and our protection and our information regulator has her full authorities, then you should see organizations aligning themselves to say that they are compliant with those. So one of the easiest things to do is check with any organization that claims it deals with cybersecurity and check if they are GDPR compliant. That's a European standard. It stands for Global Data Protection Regulations. Or general data protection regulations, forgive me. And if they are compliant with those, it means that they really do generally tend to understand a lot of the issues around privacy and a lot of the issues around protection of your data and your systems. And ask them to demonstrate how they are GDPR compliant. Again, if they're unable to do that, say thank you very much and try someone else.
Director of Media Monitoring Africa, William Bird, thank you so much for your time. Now, cybersecurity attacks can cripple small businesses that aren't prepared. A big thank you to William Bird, the Director of Media Monitoring Africa, for chatting to us about the impact of cybersecurity on small businesses during COVID-19 lockdown and how to better safeguard against possible threats.